today's review is all about inequalities. So we're going to remember how to graph inequalities, write inequalities, and solve inequalities. So let's kind of go right into it. So for the first section, it's asking us to graph the inequality. So let's refresh our memory on some of the things that we'll need to know to do that. So if you have a greater than or a less than, that means you have an open circle. If you have the ones with the equal to, you have a closed circle. So if I'm looking at this first one, I'm going to have an open circle at -5. And it's saying that n is less than -5. So you want to point towards numbers that are smaller. Okay, 6 or 2, 3, 4, very similar. So number 5, this one's going to have a closed circle at -3. And again, it's saying that it's less than, so you want to go smaller than your -3. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump to writing the equality given the graph. Okay, so this one here, I'm going to start with x, and I'm going to start where the number is, so 4. Then I got to look and see, okay, well, it's an open circle, so that means I don't need an equal to. And then the last thing I have to figure out are the numbers. Is x greater than 4, or are they less than 4? And in this problem, they are less than 4, so my Pac-Man's going to be eating my 4. Okay, so like for number 8, again, starting with x and starting where my point is, so 1. Again, these numbers are less than 1, but they're also equal to because of that closed circle. Okay, so you'll do 9, 10, 11, 12 the same way. And then once you get to 13, you're going to start solving some stuff. So if we're looking at 13, I'm going to rewrite it down here. So I've got 5p is less than -25. Divide by 5 on both sides. We've got p is less than -5. So open circle at -5, it's less than. So go towards numbers that are smaller. Okay, so that's your one step. Okay, so like for 14, subtract 7. For 15, add 9. For 16, though, this one's important because if you do 16, we want to divide to get rid of that -13. But anytime you divide by a negative, you got to flip the sign. And then 52 divided by -13 gets us -4. Okay, so this is the big one here. If you divide by a negative, flip sign. Okay, so now let's graph that. So I'd have an open circle at -4. And again, it's less. So I'm going towards my less than. All right, so last one I want to look at is, let's say, number 17. So 17, this one's got parentheses. So the first thing I want to do is distribute those parentheses through. So -8 times -10 gets us 80. And -8 times x gets me -8x. Bring down my inequality, bring down my 40. So then we're going to subtract 80 on both sides. So 40 minus 80 gets us a -40. I've got -8x, divide by -8. And again, you want to flip your sign. So you'd have 5. We flip the sign, x. Okay, so notice how that's written. You've got 5 coming first. Okay, well, if you want to make it where x comes first, that's fine. Just flip everything. So I'm an open circle at 5. This time it's finally greater. So I'm going towards numbers that are bigger. So if you've got parentheses, distribute. If it's dividing, multiply first. But again, solve and then graph. If you're getting stuck, ask and then look at the key.